Welcome to the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast, where business owners, thought leaders, and community champions from across Central Illinois come to share their story. The Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. Anything less would be uncivilized.
What's up, Central Illinois? It's Derek Hayden, joined here with Garrett Ulmer. We are your hosts for the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. We're bringing you the first ever edition of our Biz Tips episodes. So in these Biz Tips episodes, what we'll do is talk a little bit about business strategies, ideas, concepts that can maybe bring some additional revenue, some additional clients, get some exposure for you and your business. Really, we're just going to spitball some tips and talk about what's worked for us, and maybe even bring a few guests on that have some more knowledge on certain topics than we do. So, Garrett, I guess we talked about it before we hopped on here. Might as well start with video. Video, exactly. So, video has been a huge part of my prospecting and just overall communication with prospects or current clients. I know with this last year of COVID, it has made it even more transparent and more of a need to do that type of stuff. Even though things are starting to open up, I think that some of our clients and prospects are used to doing some virtual things, which is good. Derek, I think you and I've been using it a little longer than just last year. We started, probably 2 years ago. I feel like really diving in and using video in all aspects of working with, like I said, our prospects and clients. And I think that it has helped tremendously for my growth, and I think yours as well. I would agree. Yeah, I think when we really started to dive into video, we hit it at the right time. Yeah. We were at full speed using video when COVID hit. And for our competitors and any business in general that was not using video or was not prepared to go virtual or utilize alternate means of communication, it probably impacted their business negatively. But we were ready for that situation, and I'm not saying that we wanted it to happen, but honestly, it probably put us ahead of the curve. I agree. I felt like it made a smooth transition to where I don't feel like we were struggling to learn how to use video. But I think it made it easy for us to where if we had to help guide a client or prospect on how to utilize it, it wasn't a huge struggle for all of us to go through it, and it made it easier for us to help direct and help out with that. So I am glad that we both kind of pushed ourselves and challenged ourselves to start doing it when we did, because we hit a time when it was truly needed, and we were there, and I felt like more prepared to do that. So I'm going to run through a couple stats. You okay with that? Do it to it, man. Perfect. So one of the reasons I feel like we started to utilize video is because we were reading these stats 2 years ago saying, holy cow, it's time we better start looking into this and moving with the curve. I feel like we're somewhat techie guys and we enjoy it. We can always learn as well. So if anybody's got any ideas out there, would like to talk to us about some ideas with video, reach out to us that way as well. And maybe we can get you on the show and have a short conversation about video. So here's just some quick stats. As of 2021, an average person is predicted to spend more than 100 minutes per day, watching online videos. I mean, that is crazy. And I think that trend is going to continue to go up and up. I mean, if you watch some stats of YouTube videos in general it's going up and up every day. 1/3 of all online activity is spent watching video. So anytime you're online, 1/3 of your time, video. And they're saying by 2022, 82% of the global internet traffic will come from streaming videos and downloads. People watch an average of 16 hours of videos a week. 6 out of 10 people now prefer watching online video over watching television. And 75 million people visit Facebook's video platform daily. So those are just some stats there, and those can continue to go on if you look those up. So if video is not something that you've thought much about, it is something to really take into consideration to help yourself. Yep. So what all those stats mean to you as a business leader watching this video, if you're watching it on YouTube, sometimes maybe you're listening to us on a podcast platform, but if you are not utilizing video to your advantage and reaching out to your prospects or customers or marketplace by video, you are already behind the curve, which, so what we want to do is kind of give you some tips and tricks, strategies that have helped us be successful with video, and share how we have used it to find some success in growing and maintaining our customer base. So Garrett, what are some ways that you have used video?
Well, I'll tell you what, when we first started out a couple of years ago, slow learning curve, I guess you can say, with, like they say, you crawl, walk, and run. And we learned a couple different ways. I feel like the easiest way that we have used it, just maybe for just client relations or prospecting, I'll say is Vidyard. We have started to use Vidyard, and whether you want to look at their free platform, which gives you plenty of access to do many things, you can also have a subscribe platform. We are not paid by Vidyard to say that by any means, but we have had very good success with that. And we use Zoom a lot as well as in Microsoft Teams for just some of our own Teams meetings. But Vidyard by far, I feel like has been very advantageous and very good for myself. Mm-hmm. And I like to use it not only just for maybe an email standpoint, but if you have the opportunity to text somebody a video, whether, once again, it's already a client or a prospect, your average open rate for a text is probably 3 times to almost 4 times, who knows, way better than what just sending an email is too. And I feel like I've had good success with that if you're able to have the cell phone number there.
Yep. So to explain what Vidyard is, and just so people, if you've not heard of Vidyard, it's pronounced, or the way it's spelled is Vidyard, Vidyard. So Vidyard is a video platform where you can record your videos, and then you can put a special message in. You can email it directly to your prospect, customer, whoever it might be. And the reason it works best from Vidyard is it automatically pops up in the email. It's not just a link; it is a motion. It has a motion preview, so it shows you talking. It actually shows your face instead of just a link where people click. They see that you have sent a video directly made to them and for them. So we use that a lot for people who we've never met before, who are trying to reach. That sometimes they just won't answer their phone, or we go straight to voicemail, or a gatekeeper cuts us off, which gatekeepers are pretty good at doing. So the way, if we have an email address for the decision makers, or a text or a phone number, cell phone number, we'll text that video to them. And it's just a very, personal way to touch someone and get their attention right off the bat.
Just a couple things to touch base with there. Derek and I try to dig into a lot of ways of how to connect with a prospect efficiently, but yet personally as well. And I know when we first started using Vidyard, we used it as just a basic platform of sending an email. A lot of times we would hold up a whiteboard that would say, hey, making this video for the individual you're trying to connect with. We also figured out a way through, there you go. Derek's holding up the whiteboard right now for those of you that are listening versus viewing, and say, hey, I made this video just especially for that individual. Found that to be pretty effective. There's an opportunity through Vidyard now to where you can do a share screen, and you can put a bubble up of you doing the video on maybe that individual's website, LinkedIn page, other social media to try to connect on a more personal level, which gives it a little higher opportunity for an open rate or view rate. So those are just a few of the ways that we've done it. Any other ways that you kind of think of, Derek, to touch base on?
What I like to do is I do a lot of video proposals.
Yeah.
So, especially during COVID, even now that COVID is hopefully getting into the rearview mirror, and pre-COVID, it works just as well as during COVID. But so when I say video proposals, of course, Garrett and I are in the insurance industry. This works if you're in the car business, furniture business, barbershop business. It doesn't matter. If you
Whatever you have to sell.
Yes. If you are presenting something to a prospective customer and you want to explain it more rather than just sending them a PDF over email, you can do a video proposal that's customized to that prospect. So if we are presenting an insurance proposal, for example, let's say I'm doing a home insurance quote for someone and I'm reviewing the coverages. I do a video where I record my screen and go over each coverage and what that means to the customer and why it's important to them. it just is a lot more impactful and unique when you send a video explaining those coverages to them versus just sending them an email saying, hey, here's your quote. It's going to cost you $1,200 a year and you're covered for this amount. When you do a video, you can extend that out a little bit. And it's usually, 6 to 10 minute video, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's just quick, short, to the point. You're answering their questions. They can go back and watch that video at any point that they want to. If they can't come to meet with you from 8 to 5 on your regular business hours, they can watch it at midnight before they go to bed. Yep. It's just much more convenient, and it hits a more personal note with the potential customer.
I'll tell you, I mean, from my experience with it, is I feel like when we start to talk about video with other individuals, they get scared. Well, I don't want to see myself on camera. You practice it a few times, do it a few times, it becomes, I myself have a face made for radio, that's for sure. So I don't necessarily enjoy to see myself on camera either. But once you start to do it and rehearse it, it becomes easier. And, I would encourage, try to stay as authentic to who you are and your personality, and try not to stage it too much, because, even if you mess up and say a word wrong, you're real. And I think the prospect enjoys seeing that as well, to where it's too staged or too, just written out as far as that goes.
Yeah. So I guess we can share a few tips of, if you're new to recording yourself on video or you have done some video and you're not sure what you could do to make it seem a little more professional or catch people's attention. Like Garrett said, stay authentic. Don't be a salesperson on video. No one wants to be sold when they go onto Facebook. They want to go onto Facebook or YouTube or whatever platform they're consuming videos on. They're going there to be entertained. So entertain them. Be yourself. Don't say, hey, come in and check out our new prices. We dropped them by 15% and you're missing out if you don't come in. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to see it. They don't care, to be quite honest. So stay authentic. Don't rehearse your pitch. I mean, you rehearse it, play it out, but don't have a script written out where you're reading from a script and it sounds so robotic that you're going to lose their attention. So yeah. Anything else, Garrett, tip wise?
I think that's it. I really do. I think start, just if you have never done one yet, start small, continue to build. You'll get more comfort level with it, and give us some feedback. Let us know if you haven't, if you do, and if it works for you. I have a true belief in the video as well. On the video proposal side, I know Derek started doing a little bit more than what I did, and I wasn't quite ready. And your success rate, Derek, I know when you started to do it and saw what your close rate was and your effectiveness with it was enough to push me over the edge, say, yeah, I better do it too. So I'd give it, we wish you luck and give it a try, because I think it'll be something that could be a game changer for you.
Yeah. The stat that you're talking about, Garrett, not many people believe me, but over a 12-month period, I had a 91% hit ratio on video proposals.
Yeah.
So 91% of the time I was getting that customer if I sent them a video proposal, which is in our industry unheard of. Now, I'm not going to say I did every sales proposal over video, but when I did do a video, the hit ratio was 91%, which I'll never go back to, just send an email ever again, because it's worth your time to take an extra 5 minutes to do a video.
Yeah. Agreed. 100%.
All right. Hey, well, I think we can wrap it up, Garrett. I know we can probably hit some more stuff in the next episode, but we'll wrap it up for now. Keep it quick, short, simple for our viewers. Absolutely. Video is the place to go. Like Garrett said, you can reach out to us with questions, ideas. If you've done video and not had success, or if you have had success, let us know. We want to share that with our viewers and our listeners. Garrett, where can they reach you at?
They can reach me anytime. They call me on my cell at 217-259-2328. You can email me at garrettu@danzig.com, or you can reach out to me on Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm pretty much on as far as social media goes, about every platform there is. So you can feel free to connect with me on that level as well.
All right. Same here. Facebook, LinkedIn. It's DEREKHAYDEN. And then my cell phone number is 217-246-7523. That's it for the first ever Biz Tips episode of the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. Hey, you all have been officially civilized. Catch y'all later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/CIBL Podcast. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It's the civilized thing to do.